So very, very warm welcome, everyone. We're here together in this light language sharing and gathering in which we share light codes and messages and high vibrations for the good of everyone. And and also on a personal level, we can look what we'd like to manifest for this new year that's just started. I know it's only on one calendar, and there's other calendars that that you can use too. But for this particular one, it could be another opportunity to look at where you'd like to go and what manifestations you'd like to bring in. So I'm Michiel Kroon, and here together with Lien Taiki Anawa.
Yeah.
Lien. We're in Glastonbury in the UK, and our co-host Maureen is here as well. And
hello.
Hello, lovely. We're both doing a part of the of this introduction. The going into these lovely higher vibrations and ascension vibrations, and because we'll share this publicly. Let me just go a little bit of kind of general information about what that is. So everything's got a vibration. We're here on Earth, but we've also got our high levels, our spiritual light, that we connect to, and these tones and vibrations, everything's vibration. They help to attune to that part of yourself, kind of your essential self that is really connected, with the heart. The heart kind of portal to that essential self. And so these vibrations also help to connect with spiritual guides, such as angels, such as cosmic beings. Some people like me really feel them and hear them and get their messages. And for others, they might be more helpful energies. Or for some people, they might be more like symbolic, but still like a support in that way. So but no matter how you see that, it's kind of about the experience of receiving the energies meditatively, that helps to attune to that essential self. So my guides are angelic and cosmic. So one guide that's important is Archangel Michael. Really connect with Archangel Michael. Another collective of guides are from the Pleiades that I really connect with. And they all are totally and completely in the light. So that's what what I bring through. And Leanne and I also work with the Lemurian energies a lot.
Yeah, and whales and dolphins.
Yeah. So the Lemuria kind of are going back to our pristine being and life before there was any fear or heaviness intermixed into the energies. So I want to invite you to take a deep breath together to help us attune to these lovely energies, but also connect with our body, because so what I've come to realize in my own development, bringing through the energies, is that it's really about bringing it into our vessel, because our vessel is, you know, what we use to share this light. Yeah, so I used to go a bit out there, you know, like high in the sky, but I've come to realize it's really about allowing it into the body, and we can use our breath. You can use your breath to allow it into your body. It's kind of like, imagine, visualize that you are breathing in light on each breath. So on the next breath, you are breathing in light and high vibrations. Ish, ish, dai, ish. I'm starting the light language now. Ish, dai, ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ish. This light language, this particular light language has got a strong angelic connection for me. Ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish. Ish, dai, ke, ish, ish. Ke, ish. Ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish. And invite it to allow the angels around you. Ish, dai, ke, ish. Ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ke, ish. Ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ish. Ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish. Ke, ish. Ke, ish. Ish, dai, ke, ish. Ke, ish. Ish. The angels and this light language helps to harmonize our energies. Ish, dai, ke, ish, ish, dai, ish, ke, ish. Ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ish. Ke, ish. Ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish, ke, ish, ish. Taking a breath. Ish, dai. Ke, ish, ish, dai, ish. Ke, ish. Ke, ish. And so next I'll do a bit of toning, and the invitation is to allow the tones to resonate within different locations in your body, because it helps to attune the body to the energy that supports ascension, yeah, to the higher vibrations. So you can start, for example, just to feel your legs.
Without God and I am everyone says, in particular with your life.
So next I'd like to invite you to just feel your abdomen, in which your breath also, your abdomen might move when you breathe as well. So to just feel the area and allow it to resonate. Then I want to invite you to just take a breath and kind of feel your chest as well. And your chest is also your heart, which is a beautiful portal that also radiates out in the world. And the invitation is to allow the tones to resonate in this area. So I want to say that, you know, in addition to receiving light language for self-love and our own spiritual development, we can also use it to send out light into the world. And since we were connecting to this area of the heart, I thought that's a beautiful invitation to also send light into the world. And I'd like to say, from a perspective that is as universal as possible for you, because I strongly feel that our love gets stronger the more inclusive it is of all beings. Yeah. You can just visualize, if you like, you putting the world in a beautiful light, the whole earth. Maureen, I feel like you've got something flowing through there.
Hi, thank you. Well, I'm as sure as all of us are feeling just so soothed and centered, I'm hoping, with I'm feeling this as a unified field expressing through the heart that is allowing us each to shine in our own light and understand that we are truly loved. Yes, it's a bit of a channel. My cards come in quick. We share with love and light, and we understand this is your moment to shine today and radiate all that is truly of the light from your heart. Nasabadore anakaleante kotole, mosono koleate kototo sheleayanako. And I'll try to, I didn't expect quite to say that. I work with the Divine Mother Collective, the Angelic Collectives, all actually, Christ consciousness. It's like my galactic family. We come through as one and all within the one, yes, in true light expression. For this is our journey, our expression in service, source. So today, as I'm here, I listen and I acknowledge, and I'm so grateful for each and every one of you. And I am truly, as Maureen here in near Seattle, Washington, and my highest aspects come in, and we share light language because it truly is that ultimate connection, communication of frequency and vibration. I've got a lot of energy moving through my hands, and I'd like to take this moment to share and with the group. Okay. Kodalate. First, I'll say nothing is received without permission. Nothing is taken. We honor every and everyone's higher self, sacred space. We are here. We are here. Okay, so I begin in love. Mosomoleante, kaliante he, just assisting your vitality, radiating in the light of yourselves. Podorolachina kaliante, kolodosha madiati, kododosha makadiati kada. Kaliante ka, kododole, kodadaya na kaliante kadia. Haliante he, pokodole, moshamane he, pokodo. Koledasha niadeda, pokodole, ladesha namade ho. Haliana heliana holiana, pocodoliante heliana ho. Soliashana cadodorse no colorore, taliate ho pocadare pocoloro. Moshamone he, taliane he, colone he, sale. Saliante he, polone, nieshamana. Haliante he, pocosomona bane, podole dada disanayade, cole. As we raise in the joy frequency, the frequencies of bliss and love, and send that throughout the grid work, throughout this divine field, reaching forever outward. Monokosa badane, todlodore, todlodoshe, nakade antikali antikali, mododole antikalianta kolodoshe, moladeli anahi, liadoro, tokole. We find balance through our pillar of light, greatly attuned to those frequencies within, sensing any vibration that is sticky, nudgy, and we clear with intention to send the love. I'm working here in the third eye for a minute. Mononokase, naledashe no coloro shamadade, dodoko shamane kadaya, no coloro. Posamodokole, dalante kalede, throughout the field, kodorose, naleante, kodoro. I myself often release when using light language through yawning. Others may burp or move their bodies. It's just to allow and feel the flow. And I know that this group is about sharing our unique expressions and as one. And if attunements come through, it is, you choose to receive or not. It's it's spontaneous at the moment. But as I focus on light language itself, I've really come to speaking through the heart about light language. I find so many times it has helped me through all phases of my life. And I'd be curious to hear when you share how it also I want to say use, but it's allow the expression. For myself is when I'm feeling, it can be even like before joining today, I ask permission, I join in a unified field to create a space that is open and free of interference and through the hearts of and highest selves. And through that, I set light language flows, and we use that to balance the energies. And then with myself, I had it on Do Not Disturb. I have to. It's my son, of course. Sorry. So we try and oh, I know. I was feeling like if I feel tight in my solar plexus or anywhere within my body, and I'm recognizing I'm holding tension, or I will relax and breathe and move, and I will speak light language and just allow it. Often I want to set intention for the most benevolent outcome. For me, is the most simple way to do it for myself and others. But if it's working within myself and I know what it is, I wish to truly feel into the emotion, and then as I release, as I help me to transmute, to release, and the light language flows and it just dissipates. So I was just called to share that a couple of different ways. Or if I'm walking into a building as Costco or a large shopping center, anything like that, oftentimes in the car, I will speak light language prior to entering and vision that filled with the light of source and the expression of the light codes filling that space. So really, I find that light language for me has been even if I want to work on a project, if I want to write anything, I just flow with the light language first, and it sets that space for a more heart connected expression. Yeah. So, Michiel, did I
Totally feeling that,
interrupt?
yeah.
Yeah. Did I interrupt? Like, did you want to speak some more, or?
I'm open to anything,
Okay.
just in the flow. I love that. And
Yeah.
I feel that's very useful because it could help to clear energies that are of a lower nature before you
Yeah.
even go into the place, like a shopping center or and I absolutely love that, and I believe that that there are entities like deceased people that haven't fully passed yet. That's something I feel sometimes, and the light language can help them to make that transition. So that's something that we could do right now actually. If you feel there's a place where there's people that like to pass, it could be here, or it could even be in another country. It could be in a place that you've seen on TV or something like that, and you just attune to your guides and you bind it up in a way to repolarize, not to return. Yeah. Ish, ke, ish, ta, ish, ta, ish.
Oh, sorry.
You go
I'm
ahead.
not on
No,
mute.
don't stop
Oh,
the
okay.
flow.
I tend to speak when others speak, and I forgot to mute myself.
Yeah, I
But
love that. I love
okay,
that. Go ahead.
okay, oh, okay. Coloresnaya na colorosha, mashamani na kalianta colorosha, madalayate katadaya na kaliri, no lederashamo. Haleante heliata cosa, todo se vadehe, soliante heliana codolse naviadeda, codoria shaniana. As portals of light ourselves, we assist many that have not found the unified expression. And we share through the heart today that this intention does serve when we do it without malice, without entire control, is allowing one to meet the light of themselves through the codes, through the light, and carry as they so choose. You respect your space, your sovereign space, that they are not going to remain, nothing remains that is not serving you. And you shine the pathway, I feel, through your light codes.
Absolutely.
And it's like, because we all hold those densities within, without, yes. And so we find those places where we can, I always envision the person or the being expanding that spark of light within their heart, expanding, 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 until it is now their encompassing way. But it is also free will, it is choice. And you decide what they can't, nothing remains in your space. Or, you know, that's how I feel.
Natural way that beings evolve to the light, and the light language definitely helps to kind of pave that way if there's any obstacles, like density of thought or emotion that's got caught up somewhere on the way, because we all belong to the light ultimately. And so these, we are doing these entities a great service as well by helping them to go to the light. Ke-ish, ke-ish, ish, ta-ish, ke-ish, ke-ish, ish, ta-ish. Om And I would say that, light language has helped me so much in my personal journey to open up my throat, because I felt quite blocked in my expression. I was overthinking everything twice, that I was gonna say. It really didn't help. And just through this spontaneous flow of light language that is beyond the logical mind, beyond the kind of mainstream mental flow, just helped me to open up that spontaneity again, right? And I feel spontaneity, that is really the strength, of expression, and also both in words in English and other languages, and also in light language. So let's open up our throat, Oh,
Michael, can I add, I feel as we're working with the throat chakra and Jane is here and she's mentioned her throat as well. And I'm feeling the healing frequencies opening and clearing as you're toning, and through these frequencies we assist. But as a group, a whole, if we intend, we will receive these greater expression with clarity of who we truly are. These light codes open. I'm working energetically within the throat. Moda kaleante kaliete kotodosa na yate kaliante kodorose. Nale de liante colorole da kaliante colorole da de. Alena de kaliante colorose de kaliante colorose na kaliri. Nula da shede pokotolorose laya. Release fear. We release judgment. No no kasavari de kaliante kosodorosha menilia de yesa. Releasing suppression. We are worthy to be heard. Haliante. Koladashanaya nakaliyata kadara. Nadakadi nakalia da kadosha nakaya da kadodola shana. Kolada hiana. Kororo, shodoro. Expanding. Podavare, koladone, kaliasa, negare, kaliere, nalede, shinayana. Kolone hayana. Kaliante helianda, holy and he. Koladashana, kororo, kari, tekada. As picture this beaming light of our diamond light, source light out through our throat. Opening to the frequency of you, your soul, your divine source being. Dadadadina, dalayanta karayanti kare, kododosha manihi potodole, nalienti kashaneliandehi, podavante, poshonoya, nonokore, masade. This one's clearing. Kasade, talade, dalia, dedo, dashana, kododo. I'm almost finished. Galadede nakashana dayana kado. And I'm hearing this little nudge to it's just a concept of also being aware of where we may ourselves limit others' voices. Is a perspective of how can I allow each person's expression in open respect, fullness, knowing that I am not tainted or held back just because they express in their voice what they choose to share. We held our own expression. Nothing is taken. All worthy. Totedeana, deadeana, koto.
Okay, I have Zoom. Now I can't get the audio.
Oh, Cynthia, is that you? I think maybe, okay. You might need to mute yourself. There's a audio microphone at the bottom corner left. Oh, sorry. So I was feeling that was complete, Michael. So, oh, now you're muted. Oops.
I said that's beautiful.
Oh, okay.
And,
thank you.
Yeah, and Cynthia, in the next hour, in the second part, we'll go into the individual sharings. So you're very welcome to join in then. I definitely feel just the soothing light codes of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That feels amazing. Yeah. And I felt kind of I kind of felt like a cellular process there, like my cells kind of lighting up, just listening to that light language.
It's
So,
very, it's great that you said that, because I feel that that's what's happening when I'm within the process, and also when I do what I have this process I do, they call the universal one. It's like, but that the main gist of that is wherever I'm focusing, the heart, the mind, the body, each part of my cell is lit up with the divine creator's source frequency of light and expanding. So if you take every aspect of your body and it is radiating that, that's the codes do that. Yeah.
yeah, I love that. That is the vibration of light language. That everything starts to get that vibrational patterns of light and ascension.
Oh, and you saying patterns makes me remember that so much of what we experience is from our own mental patterning. Yes. And so a light language I use often for please help me to reframe this fear pattern, or I may recognize, oh, I respond in what, anger or disbelief, to whatever it is. I think right now I do it kind of subconsciously, but lots of times I will focus attention to the light language to assist me to release something, that patterning that obviously isn't for my highest good.
Yeah, and the light language brings it back to sacred geometrical patterns. So it's like the golden ratio and Metatron's cube and all these beautiful kind of sacred patterns, because they like the thought patterns, like you saying, the thought patterns, I think some of them are like distorted, so they're like a distorted geometry that actually costs a lot of energy, costs a lot of mental energy to keep it in that structure. And the light language just brings it back into that very natural,
like a tree.
Yeah, like a tree. Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Yes.
So I definitely feeling that it's beautiful to receive your light language, and also to kind of like bring this all together. And
well, I can see how we'll probably do this in our circle too, in that, like for you and me, as we're sharing codes back and forth, and I'm allowed on voice, others would probably be as well. We have this theme, this kind of play off of the messages and the frequency, and inspires, just like a conversation. Yes, well, it is a conversation.
Definitely.
You do regularly, Maureen?
Yeah. Did you ask me if I do that regularly?
Yeah.
Yes. I'll just share in light language with friends back and forth, and I do feel like it's really important that we acknowledge where the person is, whether how they're feeling, or are they in, what space are they in when they're sharing now, as I believe that every light code is from our soul, our highest being. How our human selves are feeling in that moment as an undertone can influence, not to endanger, but the frequency of how we express, just like anything else. So I feel it's mindful for me that if I'm going through a very cocooning phase, a phase where I'm feeling a little fearful, or working to release anything, then sure, maybe one-on-one it would help me to interact with another, but I tend not to like get on a video, make videos, or share in that space, because and then for me, I want to be as clear as possible when I am sharing, I guess is what I'm saying. I'm mindful of that.
Do you find in your own
not perfect, but I'm sorry, do I find
in your own process, do you find that when you're clearing something, your light language might start off sounding not like your normal, like high vibrational light language, but it might be more of a kind of embodied expression of something, and it's as it clears, it kind of starts to come more into alignment.
Very true. Yes, because I put everything as equal, but I have my ancient ones. I find the ancestral, but then there's also the elemental, all these different, for myself, I express many different light languages, but what you've been hearing is my primary expression. And I just noticed there's a different tone completely and a little bit more. I think it's because actually I'm working to clear, like you said, but it's just working within a different energy to help me clear from one state to the next. It's not that one is good or bad, but I guess I don't know if I'm answering it the same way. I feel it. There's different dialects and expressions for different things that I'm working with and doing it within myself.
Yeah.
And the clearing can be very rapid fire, more forceful. Maybe I feel more masculine in that presenting. But then when like I call her Ma, the grandma, Lemurian Ma comes in, the light language is also quite forceful, right? But in a still quite a high frequency of love.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love
Yeah.
that. And I feel that, you know, that words, even in English or other sort of regular languages, can be light codes as well, because we can charge those words and ideas with our frequencies. So when we're speaking from that flow, it's like always fresh, and those words and ideas become high vibrational as well. And then sometimes people, you know, that have a different agenda try to hijack those words, and I think that's what's happened a lot in history. Like, you know, try and hijack those words with different frequency. But I think, you know, my feeling is, if we're spontaneous, right? If we're coming just from in the moment, right? Then it can't be hijacked, because it's just in the moment. It's just right there in
That's
our
the
flow.
lovely part about it being like not a recognizable language most of the time.
Yeah, as well. Yeah. Yeah.
That's some of the guidance that when I first received so when I very first started light language, I received this download, like what I didn't even really know what channeling was or that. And I received it like steps of speaking light language from Sananda. Like from that's how I assigned it the name that came through. But from wait, I had a point with this. Oh, I lost my train. But what you just said was in this expression that we connect and we know intuitively. We might not rationally know, but we intuitively know what the other is trying to express. And it may be felt in our physical, it might be felt just as a knowing or just a general concept. But I think if we allow without judgment to what we're hearing, then that's how it's meant to be. Because don't we often hear that as people evolve in higher frequencies, dimensions, beings do, they speak less and less. It's more with tone and frequency.
Yeah, and it's also like, I feel, you know, when I first started doing the light language, I did some groups, and I just did light language, and I didn't really know what it meant. I didn't really know about what it meant the whole lot, but I have noticed that, so that the mental understanding, if you will, is a bit slower, right? But it does come, but it sort of filters down from the you know, from the energies and the light language. The mental understanding does filter down, you know, kind of gradually. So I got to understand, you know, more about what it all meant, and was able to put that into words. And I've actually been sharing more and more in English and Dutch and as well from that process.
I think it's as we like raise our vibration and we get quicker, we kind of match that frequency of the energies coming in, and we can kind of, it can run through our minds in a kind of more conscious way. And then
Right. So I don't view it as a direct translation exactly,
no,
but it's like, for at least the way I seem to receive is I'll speak a bit, and it used to be longer in between, and then I'll get verbal theme or translation. Sometimes I hear it, to me it seems like a direct translation. I think it is just my filter and how I perceive it, so I never speak to anyone saying, oh, I am directly translating this. But I do get, it's like speak light language, light language, light language, and then I'll get in English a message.
Yeah.
And it says, but I've been doing this for about, for me, it's about 5 years, and it's been like this rapid track of integration, seemingly, where it's taken a lot of different phases. And in the beginning, I would just drive in my car and I'll be sharing, like whenever I was alone, it was just spontaneously going all the time. And now, if I step out, when I'm in nature, well, all day, every day I speak light language, but it's interesting what places it'll just kind of come through. Naturally.
Yeah, I love that. And I also want to say two things. Like the first is, to me, it's like light language, almost like a picture that's more than 1,000 words. So when I do say something from the light language, it's like a little part of it that kind of comes out, like a little part of that really huge picture comes out, and I'll speak from that. But it's like really an expanded space with a lot of information that would probably take too much time to convey it all, and it wouldn't be necessary. And the next thing is, I know you Maureen are really amazing, like, because you are very familiar with the light language. But if someone's just starting, I would not recommend to do it in a car or operating a machine or something like that. Just be a little bit careful with that if you're just starting out, right? Like, because safety first and all that. Like, so I feel it's like like a beautiful picture, the light language, and there's so many codes that come in, and when we tune to a multidimensional mind, it's like it all starts to get more and more meaning in a multidimensional way, because we start to see all these different dimensions all at once.
It's like an expanded knowingness, isn't it?
Again, it's like, like you're in a car, like you're shifting those gears, right? Like, I haven't learned it myself yet. Like, actually, I hope to learn driving, but maybe without gears first. But, if you can shift gears, then maybe you're able to kind of go between them on a very fluid way, isn't it? So that's, and I feel that's it's the same with, with this development of our light language.
And as we share today, that's reminding me too, is that you'll notice, well, I'm assuming each one of us will sound different, right? And have different expression of the codes and the light tones. And some, I know I have, a lot, what I feel it's galactic, but they like mantis, the clicks and the ticks and the, like sounds that aren't even what someone would naturally just assign to English, but it is no less light language than the other languages. Like, for anyone new here, and that there's all different types of expression of light language, and it's the point, I guess it's about time we were going into. I was just naturally saying how we wouldn't to really stay in the heart and focus there and let the sounds just move through and be, without trying to rationalize what is it telling me. You have your own intuition, and if something feels off and you don't want to receive it, then definitely don't. But I'm saying, as far as trying to translate, that gets in the way of the frequency and the message that is really trying to be with you when we're trying to go understand that in that manner. It's my impression.
Nuanced, isn't it? I feel that multi-dimensional kind of light language is
Yeah.
like a fully 360 degrees kind of beingness of its own, with its own subtle dimensions. And I don't know, it's so much more than a word could ever really sort of trying to translate it into a word. You can only express it in your own way, can't you? Like for me, as an artist, might try and do a piece of artwork that carries the energies.
Oh, beautiful.
What
Yeah.
what I felt within myself when I heard the light language or received the light language.
Have you already drawn that today, or you're doing that while you're here today, or no?
Well, I just receive it as a kind of visual imagery, and kind of colors and feelings, and like I saw, you know, like a lovely like the ruby ray rose, when we were sending kind of light language to the world and to everybody in the world. I really felt it. It's like you can smell it and you can feel the vibration as like a song almost, and you can see like the rose, and you feel it's like a being that's holding all of those people in the world, you know. It's everything all at once. It's amazing.
Oh,
Wonderfully expressed.
Oh, can't hear my voice.
Can you hear Leanne, Maureen?
I guess.
You
I
can.
can. Yeah. She speaks a little softer, but I can hear it. But maybe we just.
How about now?
Oh, okay. Maybe it's not connected right. That's what it is. Yeah.
I might need to talk into Kyle's microphone.
Yeah, you
then.
might need to talk into
Yeah,
my
that's better.
microphone.
Yeah. But I love how, yeah, when your drawings are so beautiful, and it does speak to, I was going to mention it in a minute anyway, but how light language expresses not just through language and song and tone. It's danced, it's written and drawn, and that's one of the first things I started doing was and I don't write it as much as, but it was this, I didn't know what I was doing, and I was making all the symbols, and I later found out that I was writing light language. And then came these drawings, which I do are very abstract, like almost 4-dimensional, with colors, and then I realized how much color really holds the light codes. And then for those of us who are photographers too, I do nature landscape photography. I'm not trying to teach, I'm just trying to share that these expressions also hold light language. And like I also just noticed that glint of light in a crystal on ice or something, and it's like, oh, I need to share, or a blooming flower petal, and it's like that is holding something I want to share, that beauty, and that's also an expression. And you all may have other examples when you share. Yeah.
Microphone should be working now.
Okay, can you hear me better now?
Much better, yeah.
Oh, good.
Yeah, but it's connected now.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Yeah, but you know, you were saying about your art, you know, for anybody who didn't hear. So it's about, you know, well, I was saying a picture, you know, can show more than 1,000 words. And then Leanne actually, you know, is an artist, and makes those pictures that convey the frequencies and the light language.
Sharing the light codes. It's if that's what the feelings and the impressions, you know, that I'm seeing and feeling when I hear the light language and receive light language through me. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's in the colors, it's in the shapes. It's
I wanted to make sure we heard that Jane had written in the chat about dance as well. And so I see some, you know, when I love watching our friends, their movement in their hands.
Yeah.
You know, like I do a lot of mudras, it's all just within the flow of the light language, my hand movements, but they'll be like all over body, attuning you to different light codes through the physical.
I think everyone's got their unique way of receiving and expressing, haven't they? And that's
Mm-hmm.
where our gifts and how we're blessed, in different ways. And
Yeah.
I think that that is life, isn't it? We're all connecting to this beautiful thing called life, and connecting together and communing in our spirits. And we share, I guess, in our own individual ways. And I think what's so beautiful about what you do, Maureen, is help people to unburden themselves of things that hold them back from that sharing. And you can really feel that. It's very nurturing and very encouraging.
Thank you for that.
Mm.
That's wow. I feel it's so important. I can look back and feel like it's a vibration of how I felt at different stages of my opening to light language, and how, that reluctance to be seen, that reluctance to share outward. And I still recall all of those stages. And some people move through them quickly, and I'm still expanding as far as being seen or sharing on a grander scale or whatever. It's like there's so many layers to our throat chakra. Like all the so many different emotions or program things that are there, that the light language opens up, and it becomes more aware to where I'm speaking for myself, but where in the past I had held myself back and not being in true frequency, or how my frequency has changed once I had cleared something and expanded to more self-love. Then my expression becomes more clear. As far as speaking, I'm still working on that. I ask my guides to help me be eloquent. I feel I would love that. But it's a process. So, and light language helps.
I see
I
Nicole's
think
gonna go.
yeah.
See you,
Oh, you're gonna
Nicole.
go.
Thank you for
Oh,
joining.
bye.
Oh,
She's in Greece right now, so it's really
Yeah.
late for her.
Bit
I'm
late.
in.
But Nicole, would you like to share before you go?
Actually,
Because
that
we should
great.
be sharing by now, I think, time-wise.
Anything.
Is that okay, Mikel? Because I think it's 1:15 and we should.
Yeah.
Okay.
I shall. I after this, I will just do something to close the recording.
Oh, sorry, I forget about that.
He can go ahead and close it if he wants first before I share.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So so I want to thank everyone who's watching as well for joining in with this frequency. And I'll just do a little bit of light language to to kind of end the public part of the session. Yeah, thank you so much. And I feel together we just creating this field of peace and unconditional love, and that's what the world really needs right now as well. Ish, ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, toe, ke, ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, toe, ish. Just want to invite you to just take another deep breath. Breathing in light, integrating these frequencies. Ish, ish, toe, ish, ish, toe, ish. Ke, ish, toe, ish, ke. And if you feel that this has shifted some energies for you, it can sometimes help to just make sure that you drink a glass of water. Yeah. Ish, toe, ish, ke, ish, ish, ke, ish, ke, ish.
A walk in nature, just outside, helps ground.
Definitely. Right. Thank you so much.
I just wanted to say very quickly some grounding codes. Kodadaista doladosha no kodole tekadiatiania na kadole doladista na kaliante kodole dekadiade. No sunogole. Just to assist with the integration of that. Monogadiate koshaneliade.
Thank you so much for receiving. Thank you for that, Maureen, and thanks so much, everyone, for receiving these frequencies. Yeah, you can learn more about what Maureen does on the Live Language Live Facebook group. Definitely recommend that one. My website is
YouTube too.
Sorry?
Oh, I just said, and I have YouTube as well.
Oh,
just
YouTube,
Light Language Live,
yeah. Lovely.
But it's primarily Facebook is the private Light Language Life group, and I invite everyone to come and share as they feel called and receive.
Yeah, that's really lovely. Definitely feel it's a beautiful space there. Get a very lovely energy to be part of.
Thank you.
Oh,
I welcome all. Yeah.
Yeah, and so my website is michielkroon.com, just like my name. And you can also find about our Oracle deck, the Maureen Starchild.oracle.com, and Etsy.
And my art's on Etsy. Etsy, Maureen Starchild.
Etsy, Maureen Starchild.etsy.com.
Yeah.
Right. Okay, thank you, everyone. And see you. Bye-bye.
And we'll
continue. The recording.